Yeah, but I just had never looked into that's a crazy thing. You go and like you feels like, hey, we're in crypto as deep as you can get, and then you go look at the top 100 and you're like, okay, yeah, I've heard of these, but I don't know what any of these
Yeah,
do.
there's so many. It's ridiculous
It's
how
crazy.
detailed it is. And these are tokens that are worth, and some of them you've never even heard of. It's so wild,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So we're
you
early, but
could
we're not that early at the same time.
e- exactly. It's like we're early, but like we're in the 4%. But then when you calculate 4% of 8 billion, like, oh, well, there's people also that are getting turned on, like a Jack Levin. Like Jack Levin's been busy doing other things. And
Mhm.
then he knew all about crypto. But why did it take until 2022 to decide he wanted to go to dive all in? Well, only he could tell you, but I imagine he freed up a little bit of time and then a couple things got him excited and he thought, hey, I want to participate. I want to help. I want to spread awareness and onboard and do all this stuff. And I think my mind always goes to onboarding. Like the coolest things are things that are going to help to onboard or to help people who make it in crypto to be able to thrive. And that's why when I was talking to Jesse, like, yes, I sacrificed a little bit for liquid loans. I didn't for Power City, but like $3.5 million has been sacrificed through Power City. And I don't remember the amount for liquid loans, but a lot of people have. And those two are kind of in the final process of being, and they're in the process of being finalized, but we're waiting on V3
Mhm.
of PulseChain. And I was just thinking how exciting it is. Like you just mentioned, okay, Polkadot, they're still working on a couple things. We have PulseChain and PulseX. We have the whole Xen roadmap. And then there's just so many exciting things
Mhm.
going on. I was thinking, it's kind of in a weird way, it's kind of nice that the bull run's not here right now because I want to see what we can do, even in our own little corner with PulseChain and PulseX. Like, what can our community do when all these things are cooking and are running really, really well, and then we have the happening and the a full bull market? And I think repeating what Hex did is possible,
Mhm.
absolutely is possible, and that's why it's so important to watch your videos and stuff because you got to be ready. Because if you're late and you talk to people who got in the first month of Hex, even if they got in day one and didn't get as good of a deal, versus the people who got in a year later, well, they missed out on 5, 6, 7,000x.
Yeah.
They missed out on a lot, and so it's exciting to be knowing that these things are coming out. And so I guess it's the other side of the coin of the impatience and the frustration of delays. Well,
Mhm.
the other option is you miss out. And so I would rather have to wait a year or 2 years
Yeah.
and be here at the right time than, have it be going the second I learn about it and miss out on some opportunity. But what
Yeah. The
go
fact that
ahead.
we're this excited and that we're coming out with all these applications during the bear market, this is before the halvening, during the bear market, and we're seeing which protocols strive and which ones die, and people are excited about the ones that are still living. Means that if we're this excited when nothing is happening in the wider ecosystem, like no one cares about crypto, imagine when they start caring about crypto again, like 2024, 2025, right? It's just going to make things shoot up dramatically. So that's why I like being into it right now, studying as much as possible right now, making sure that you don't get rug pulled right now, right? You don't want to lose your money
Right.
before you even get your money. Is this beyond important? You have to be able to do all those things.
What was 2018 like? So yeah, you were learning, but by that time you'd already been in a year, and that's kind of that was deep bear market, and it led into 2019.
Yep.
But what was what was the development like then? Is it totally night and day that bear versus this bear?
Yeah, it's totally different. Like then, not that many people knew about anything. There weren't that many YouTube videos to study about anything. There was literally no books about crypto, like besides maybe pamphlets or one or two books that you could find on
Right.
Amazon.
Yeah, yeah.
But there was nothing. So then I learned so much about it. I saw its potential. I was like, this is great. And then when it crashed and it didn't come back, I was like, man, screw this. So I said, screw this until 2018. And then I
Mhm.
got into this bull market. And in this bull market, everyone was expecting to blow off top. So I sold my coins, but I sold them a little bit later than I was supposed to. But it's okay. I still made like some profit, but not like crazy profit.
Right.
So the problem was with 2018 is I said, screw this. I hate this. So I didn't come back until like 2020, like the beginning of 2020. So I could have been investing for like 2 years, but I didn't invest
Mhm.
in 2 years. I invested it started in like 2020. So I wasn't able to make as much as I could have. But now that I know details about it, I can start investing now when the prices are at their absolute bottom. Like Hex, for example, it might go down again, it might not, but Bitcoin, I don't think is ever going to go below 14,000. I don't think so.
Okay, so obviously Richard Hart famously said 11K and pray. It's going to be around 11K. Why do you think 14K? I'll put words in your mouth. 14K is the bottom. Why do you think that
Mainly because
compared to 11K?
historically, this has been the bottom like these few months. So the bottom usually happens around October, November
Mhm.
of the year after the peak. So we've already gone through October, November. And during our own October, November, it was even worse for us because like Gemini crashed, 3 Arrows crashed, FTX crashed, all these
Right.
companies crashed and burned at the same exact time. And that's usually when the bottom happens around November. So like it all crashed, and then Bitcoin went down to like maybe 15,500. It was a couple months ago. That was the lowest it's gone,
Yeah, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
about
Well,
15,500. And then some people are like, oh yeah, so Mt. Gox is about to release. Mt. Gox got hacked, and all their coins are about to be released to the ecosystem, right? So a lot of
mhm.
people want to do that, but um, even when people release their coins, it's going to be about I think $3 billion worth of Bitcoin is going to be released. Even when that
Yeah.
happens, people are going to buy the price. Like people that are into crypto are going to know that, oh yeah, this is coming. That means I can get Bitcoin for cheap. Everyone that's into crypto is definitely going to buy all the Bitcoin that comes out. So the price might go down a little bit, but it's not going to, maybe it goes down like 20%.
Yeah.
20% from
Interesting.
now is still like, I think it will still be like 17,000, $18,000.
Yeah, yeah, 30 yeah. Yeah, because it's had this it'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. This being today's Tuesday, January 31st.
Mm-hmm,
Every time you have the CPI come out, you
mm-hmm.
see some movement, and then the Fed comes out the next day, and then it's almost like counterintuitive. If it's really bad news, you see a run, and if it's really good news, when they come out on Wednesday, then you see a sell off because it's kind of buy the rumor, sell the news event, and it is it's super. Um, sorry, just had a weird alert on my computer, but yeah, it, it's going to be interesting. I think just to kind of wrap up, because thank you so much for your time. I don't want to take too much of your time, but
Mm-hmm.
I am I don't know that anything in business has ever. I got into solar like in 2014, and that made me pretty excited. And I was able to work for a company. And then I actually started a company, and that's actually where the name Green Day Power came from. We're trying to think of a cool name, and anyways, ended up selling the company. I got to keep the name, and so I was like, well, I have the name. I might as well use it. It's trademarked and everything. And I remember getting excited about solar and the potential, but man, that was 1/100th of the excitement that I have with crypto. And I feel like a lot of people that I see and meet, and I would include you in this, they have that same type of excitement. And I wondered if this is like, I don't think people got really excited about the industry of credit cards when they came out. Like I wondered what makes this different. Is it just the opportunity? Like the real potential to pull people out of a lower class structure? Is that it, or why? Like, I can't even pinpoint why exactly am I so excited. I have 3 businesses and things I do, but every extra moment, like I'm trying to figure out ways to not do that and do more of this. And I'm like, why do we love this so much? What are your thoughts? Like, why do you love this so much?
I think because it gives like the opportunity for anyone to become wealthy with it. If you study enough and if you don't just fall for any stupid trap, it's almost guaranteed that you're going to get wealthy in it. But you have to be patient too, right? So it's not, the funny thing is that crypto is not a get rich quick scheme. It seems like it is if you
Yeah.
listen to the news and you pay attention to a few people that made a couple million here and there, right?
Mhm.
But you have to learn patience. You have to learn how to not get involved in like stupid coins or scam coins, pretty much.
Right.
You have to be intelligent with it. And then you also have to learn how to work for it. Like you're going to be spending, let's say you started today, you're probably going to be spending the next 4 years saving money and investing into crypto. So saving money for 4 years is a very intelligent, lifelong lesson that you can learn. And you benefit dramatically. And then also like the number, you can become insanely rich from this too. That's definitely that's definitely a good part of it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the technology is awesome. Like NFTs are really awesome. Like you can integrate NFTs into video games, and then you have the one of one outfit in your video game or something that you can sell. It's crazy, right? There's so many different ways that it can go.